Welcome back, everybody, to Wager Talk TV. I hope you all had a great weekend. I certainly did. Coming off a 4-0 sweep with my premium picks yesterday, including two NBA winners with the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Detroit Pistons. So we'll get to the records in just a second, but I do have two NBA winners for you on Monday, May the 4th. And it comes in games between the 76ers and the Knicks and also the Timberwolves and the Spurs. Will the New York Knicks be able to continue the momentum after winning their last three games of the series against Atlanta, including an absolute blowout in Game 6 to clinch that series? Or will it be the 76ers who will be able to stay inside that number tonight of 7 plus 7.5? As they come off an upset win over the Boston Celtics in 7 games. And that's a 76ers team that trailed that series 3-1. Which one of these teams will be able to take advantage of the momentum they've established going into round 2? And which team will be able to cover the spread is what we're going to cover in this contest. Also, Minnesota at San Antonio, 9:42 p.m. Eastern time start. Will the Minnesota Timberwolves be able to continue their momentum, or will the Spurs just be too much for them in Game 1 with still the questionable status of Anthony Edwards, Minnesota's leading scorer? Or will the total be the way to go in this game? And that's exactly what I'm going to be looking at, and I have good reasoning why. So stay tuned for my pick and analysis in both games. Before we get to that, real quickly, folks, if you have not subscribed to Wager Talk TV, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's absolutely free. Just click that subscribe button, and you'll be privy to some of the best sports betting experts in all the world right here at Wager Talk TV. And while you're at it, folks, click on that alert notification bell for Wager Talk TV as well. Be kind enough to give today's video a like, folks, as it goes a long way in showing a small token of appreciation for the work, time, and effort I put in to bringing you a quality free pick video each and every time I appear here on Wager Talk TV. And it helps in keeping these videos alive and the volume of videos in which I do here at Wager Talk TV. So click that like button, folks. Just a small ask. All right. So let's get to the meat and potatoes. The 76ers at the Knicks. The Knicks currently a 7.5-point favorite. These teams have met 4 times this year, and the road teams have gone 4-0 straight up in ATS in those games, and the road teams had a massive plus 18-point per game differential in those 4 matchups. The 76ers in their 2 road wins at the Knicks outscored the Knicks by 10 points per game, and their average line in those 2 games at Madison Square Garden was plus 5. The 76ers 3-0 straight up in ATS as an away dog in games 2, 5, and 7 against Boston. Basically, the last 3 games in that series against Boston, they not only covered all 3, they won all 3 of those games straight up, and by an average of 13 points per contest. Their average line in those 3 games at Boston, plus 9.2. So this is a team that knows how to get it done as an underdog, and they really seem to gel since Joel Embiid returned in Game 4 against Boston. So we'll keep an eye on that. The last 3 in Boston, all wins and all covers as an underdog. Good reason why is they allowed just 98 points per game and held the Celtics, who are a great shooting team, to less than 40% shooting, and they're one of the better teams in terms of making 3-pointers and the volume of 3-pointers they put up, meaning the Celtics. Philadelphia held them in those 3 games at Boston to 26.8% shooting from beyond the 3-point line. Anytime we have a conference semifinal or conference final series Game 1, where we have a road dog of plus 9 or less, like the 76ers are in this game at plus 7.5, and they're facing an opponent coming off a series closing win by 15 points or more. Those conference semifinal away underdogs of 9 or less have gone 6-0 against the spread and actually won 4 of those 6 games straight up. The average point spread for those 6 road dogs was plus 6.1, and their points per game differential, despite losing 2 of those games straight up, was still plus 7.3. To me, the value here lies with the away underdog in game 1. I am going to take the Philadelphia 76ers, and I'm going to take them plus 7.5 over the New York Knicks. All right, the next game, Minnesota at San Antonio, 9:42 p.m. Eastern Time. The total is my area of concentration. 218.5 is the total. Again, folks, Anthony Edwards, at the time of this recording, was still listed as questionable, and that leaves a lot of uncertainty when it comes to the point spread, especially because you're looking at a point spread that opened at 13.5. It's down to 11.5, and I think a lot of that has to do with the possibility that Edwards might play, Minnesota played very well without Edwards in the series against Denver, winning the last 3 games of that series. However, we're going to look at the total. It's 218.5. San Antonio played 3-0 to the under at home in their first round matchup against Portland. And those 3 games against the Trailblazers at home in that opening round series only averaged 209 points scored per game combined. San Antonio's off a 114-95 series clinching win over the Portland Trailblazers, and the Spurs have played 5-0 to the under this year when the total is 227.5 or less like it is tonight, and they allowed 99 points or fewer in their previous game. San Antonio's also played 6-0 to the under in their last 6 at home this year when the total's been 233 or less. And despite that, the average total being somewhere around 224, they only had a combined 208.6 points per game in those 6 contests. Lastly, the San Antonio Spurs 9-1 to the under in their last 10 after allowing 98 points or fewer in the previous game, which they did in that win over Portland, allowing just 95 points in that series clinching win. So a lot of things point to the under when it comes to the San Antonio Spurs. And these teams, 3 regular season meetings had an average total of 230. Yet here we are in game 1 of the series, and this average, the total is 218.5. Now, again, is due to the uncertainty of Anthony Edwards. Again, you lost a double-digit scorer in the previous series for Minnesota and Dante DiVincenzo, but still quite an adjustment for what the regular season averages were in terms of the total. This is also a Minnesota team that allowed 98 points or fewer in 3 of the last 4 games in that series win over Denver. So we're going to go with Minnesota and San Antonio to go under the total of 218.5. So there you have it. 76ers plus 7.5 over the Knicks, and the Timberwolves Spurs under 218.5. Those are your 2 NBA playoff free picks for Monday, May the 4th. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be appearing on WagerTalk TV live at noon Eastern time. So you can catch me there, and the tape of my segment will go up at WagerTalk TV as well. I'll have 2 NBA winners tomorrow as well. So stay tuned for that. And folks, 2-0 in the NBA playoffs yesterday, as I alluded to at the top. 4-0 sweep overall in all sports yesterday. And my NBA playoff picks now 163 and 116, 58% and up 137 units in net profit since 2021. I know how to get it done at this time of year, and I prove it time and time again. And that's all documented by WagerTalk Media. Also, yesterday's 2-0 sweep. Beside that, we went 2-0 in the NHL, and we passed in baseball yesterday, but great day yesterday, 4-0 plus 10.86 units. And since May the 13th of 2025, number 1 at WagerTalk monitored by WagerTalk Media at wagertalk.com anyway, plus 181.97 units in net profit since May the 13th, 2025. And that's going on 365 days, which leads me to this. The last 365 days, according to Wager Talk Media, number one with over 150 units in net profit. So I know how to get it done at this time of year, folks. Some great specials going on right now, especially our 365-day all-access pass. You can get that from yours truly for just $1,188. That's $811 off the regular price, folks. That amounts to $99 per month on average. And I gave you the reasons why. Number one, over the last 365 days, and number one since May 13th with over 181 units in net profit. And you can get that 365-day all-access pass, just $1,188 from yours truly. That will include all my premium picks in all sports over the next 365 days, and will include a 25% off bonus discount offer that you could use toward any other purchase at Wager Talk during that period of 365 days. Unlimited usage, and includes all 5% best bets as well. Until the next time, which will be tomorrow on Wager Talk today with Andy Lang and Dan Alexander at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. That'll be a live show, folks. And if you missed that, my recorded segment will be up on Wager Talk TV as well. You can go to my personal page at Wager Talk TV, wt.buzz/Ross TV. Till the next time, take care and God bless, folks.